They are royal children, and they have titles, and yet they live remarkably ordinary lives.
Princess Charlotte's bow has caused a stir in the royal family, leading to curiosity. This simple act carries deep meaning and has sparked a global reaction, especially about the monarch's hidden response, which has amazed those who see it. What is behind Charlotte's touching gesture? Why does the palace keep its secrets so well? Join us as we explore this royal story and reveal the exciting truth that could change the monarchy's future forever. Princess Charlotte and the secret weight of a royal title. Royal titles can significantly impact lives before people even realize it. A notable example is Princess Charlotte, who surprised everyone as a young child by bowing her head with surprising grace. This moment, witnessed by many, seemed spontaneous and showed a deep understanding of her royal role. Even King Charles appeared surprised. What some saw as playful behavior turned into a moment of recognition for a significant responsibility she inherited. Charlotte's life story goes beyond just this one event. It highlights the balance between tradition, legacy, and the careful planning that spans generations of royals. Each part of her title and public presentation is shaped by a system that values symbolism and heritage. When Charlotte was born on May 2, 2015, the world celebrated the second child of Prince William and Catherine outside St. Mary's Hospital. Crowds gathered, bells rang, and the town crier announced her birth like an important national event. Her official title became Her Royal Highness Princess Charlotte of Cambridge, based on her father's title as Duke of Cambridge. However, this title was not always guaranteed. In 1917, King George V set rules stating that only the monarch's children and direct male line grandchildren could be princes or princesses. As a great-grandchild of Queen Elizabeth II, Charlotte would not have automatically qualified for the title and could have been known as Lady Charlotte Mountbatten Windsor. However, in 2012, Queen Elizabeth changed the rules to ensure that all children of the eldest son of the Prince of Wales would be titled as Prince or Princess. Thanks to this decision, Charlotte became a princess from birth. Her name holds significant meaning crafted with care. Charlotte honors Queen Charlotte, the wife of King George III, and serves as the feminine version of Charles, honoring her grandfather, the current king. Elizabeth references her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, while Diana keeps alive the memory of the grandmother she never met. Her name connects the past with the present, symbolizing stability and loss. Many overlook that a royal title carries weight beyond a simple name. It impacts how Charlotte navigates the world. It influences her role at events, her school experience, the attention she receives, and how others address her. While it may seem charming to outsiders, it outlines her future within the palace, a future that many already speculate about. Speculating on future titles. Many people are curious about what title Princess Charlotte might receive. Some think she could become the Duchess of Edinburgh, a title with a rich history once held by Prince Philip. After he died in 2021, the title was given to Prince Edward, but in 2023, it will return to the crown, and the monarch will decide who gets it next. Could Charlotte, as the king's granddaughter and a future supporter of the monarchy, be chosen for this title? The title is not passed down easily. Since it began in 1726, it has only been given to royals who are seen as necessary. Each holder, like Prince Frederick, Prince George, and later Philip, added their own meaning to the title. Philip, in particular, turned it into a legacy of action by starting the Duke of Edinburgh's award, encouraging young people worldwide to take on challenges and responsibilities. If Charlotte becomes the Duchess of Edinburgh, she would be expected to continue this legacy. Another title mentioned is the Duchess of York. This title traditionally goes to the second son of a monarch. However, since Prince Andrew holds it and is facing controversies, it's uncertain if the title will continue. If it is retired, Charlotte might receive a new dukedom. Titles convey important messages and help the monarchy stay relevant while keeping some mystery. Regardless of whether Charlotte receives the Edinburgh, York, or another title, these titles are not just gifts. They are strategic choices to maintain the monarchy's presence in modern times. Charlotte's situation is unique. Her brother George is the heir to the throne, which brings heavy responsibilities. As the youngest, Louis faces less scrutiny, but may have fewer chances for significant roles. Charlotte doesn't have the burden of kingship, yet she is too important to overlook. Many see her as similar to her great-aunt, Princess Anne, visible, respected, and involved in royal duties. The monarchy enjoys some mystery, and decisions about titles are discussed well before they are public. These decisions help create stability and sometimes make subtle changes. There are expectations tied to these titles. Small actions by Princess Charlotte often draw attention. Was her polite bow a sign of understanding, or just a child copying adults? Does her calm public behavior suggest a plan for her image, or is it just a chance? These questions spark interest among both critics and supporters. While answers remain unclear, this uncertainty keeps the public engaged. One thing is sure, Charlotte's titles now and in the future go beyond simple ceremonies. They represent legacy, continuity, and the monarchy's role in today's world. Whether she becomes the Duchess of Edinburgh, receives a new dukedom, or remains Princess Charlotte, her titles will mean more than just her personal story. Right now, she is still a child, playful and spirited. But in moments of royal grace, the world sees she has a future that is not hers. When that future comes, her name, title, and history will prepare her for what lies ahead. So, how might Princess Charlotte's role hint at the future of the Windsor family? Stay tuned to find out. Princess Charlotte and the modern Windsor legacy. Princess Charlotte plays a special role in the House of Windsor. Although still a child, she represents history, duty, and a new idea of royalty. The Windsor name started in 1917 when King George V changed the family's German name to a British one. This decision gave the monarchy stability that is still important today and created rules that shape lives. Charlotte is part of a family that has faced war, scandal, and change. Through her father, Prince William, she represents a future that the nation watches closely. Diana's grandmother gives her a memory of kindness and change that reshaped public perception of the family. Her mother, Catherine, provides a calm presence and a normal upbringing that makes royal life more relatable. These qualities show in Charlotte's quiet confidence in front of the cameras. Much of Charlotte's role comes from laws and royal decisions before birth. Rules from 1917 govern who gets royal titles, and debates about royal status often arise. When the family gathers for important events, like jubilees or coronations, people see both tradition and change. Since King Charles became king in September 2022, there has been more talk about a smaller, more focused royal family. But rules only tell part of the story. Small, personal moments, like walking beside her parents or sharing a smile with a sibling, are often more potent than speeches. The public likes honesty more than formality, and Charlotte represents that. She connects an ancient institution to an audience that prefers realness over ritual. Modern issues complicate the picture. The monarchy faces tough questions about fairness, race, and how the media treats private lives. Decisions about titles and roles can seem political and often make headlines. For Charlotte, this is primarily an adult conversation. Like any child, she learns by observing and imitating. Her parents' calm approach to public parenting, patient, warm, and firm, helps keep her grounded. The question remains, what happens when childhood gives way to formal duties? Charlotte's generation will take over a monarchy that must stay relevant to a public connected through social media. Some people want a simpler monarchy focused on essential state work. Others hope for a visible family that shows service and compassion. Charlotte's future will depend on her grandfather's and father's choices, and how a public that desires sincerity reacts to honest service. There is also a quieter strength at play. Royal children have long represented continuity and the blend of private life with public appearances. Charlotte's steady presence and the warmth from her family help connect with those who might ignore royal news. A genuine smile or a laugh can change the public mood from scandal to connection. In this way, she modernizes the House of Windsor, not by breaking rules, but by living them with warmth. The cost of a royal childhood. We need to think about how history affects childhood. Will the need to act composed at public events limit the small acts of rebellion that make childhood real? Will Charlotte and her siblings reshape royal life in the 21st century? Or will their family background restrict their choices? These remain important questions. Right now, Charlotte balances her private life with her public role. Her story is more than titles or ceremonies. It's about how a family is connected to old decisions and changes while staying true to itself. Whether she takes on public duties or lives a more private life, her presence links Windsor's history with a future that might look different. Today, Charlotte's image can quickly influence public opinion, adding pressure to a family that is used to careful messaging. The 2013 Succession to the Crown Act modernized the monarchy by ending male preference in the line of succession, showing that change is possible. Charlotte will grow up surrounded by debates about titles and their meaning. Small actions from royal children often become the primary focus at public events, highlighting how family behavior shapes perceptions. Charlotte might be inspired by Diana's compassion or Catherine's focus on well-being, or she could find her own path. Whatever she chooses to support will impact how the monarchy connects with the public in the future. Her quiet choices will matter a lot. Stay tuned to see how family and remembrance are changing the royals. Hidden moments of remembrance and grief. After the ceremony, people placed wreaths at the memorial wall. White roses leaned against the cool stone, each ribbon showing the name of someone who would not return. Even though the official events were over, the air felt heavy with unspoken sadness. This gathering was not just about following rules, but about something more profound, our shared humanity. What truly touched the crowd was not the speeches, or even the monarch's presence. It was the small moments, a bowed head, a child's hand on the cold stone, an older woman tracing letters carved in memory. These gestures were not staged for cameras, they showed fundamental dignity in public. When the Morrisons arrived, this truth became clear. Sarah walked to the wall with her 3 children, each holding a part of their wreath. But it was little Tommy, too young to understand war, yet old enough to miss his father, who caught everyone's attention. He broke away from his siblings, reached up, and pressed his fingers against his father's name. Later, he turned to Kate and softly asked, "Do you think Daddy can see us now?" Kate knelt, her gown brushing the grass, and kindly answered. She told him every kind act and brave choice carried his father's spirit forward. Tommy nodded and turned back to the plaque. Sometimes children see what adults do not. Nearby, the Patels placed photographs of their daughter Mira, from a smiling schoolgirl to a uniformed medic. Her parents shared stories of her letters about helping children, even in war zones. This was their first public remembrance. They had kept their sorrow private until now. But by talking with Kate, they felt their grief soften as they shared. Mrs. Henderson brought a box of her son David's letters and photos. His words discussed playing football with local kids, sharing meals, and building schools. One photo showed him smiling with Afghan children. Kate pointed out how happy he looked, as if he felt at home. This made Mrs. Henderson smile for the first time. As people shared stories, they became friends. Mrs. Henderson gave her phone number to Sarah Morrison to offer help with her children. The Patels talked about visiting them soon. From their shared grief, a community grew. Remembrance became about connections, not just names. The king surprised everyone by staying longer than expected. He held hands and listened more than he spoke, showing that their sacrifices were remembered. Kate reflected on what she learned. David loved music and teaching. Mira Patel dreamed of opening a clinic, and Tom Morrison wanted to be a teacher after rebuilding schools. They were not just heroes, but also people with dreams and unfinished plans, remembered for the lives they touched. Charlotte's role in a changing monarchy. Charlotte stood quietly with her head bowed, showing deep meaning. Observers noted that she has her mother's grace and her own confidence. Recently, she packed aid boxes at her first charity event. This moment felt like a glimpse of the monarchy's future, showing the compassion that her generation needs. The difference between grief and youth was clear. Unlike past royal children who stayed hidden, William and Kate's children show a more relatable side. They laugh and shine in public while still respecting tradition. This openness honors those who sacrificed for a world where children can thrive. By midday, the sun gently changed the mood in the garden. Families gathered, some talking and others silent. Kate gave space but held on to the stories shared that day. The plaques on the wall will remain, but their meaning will live on in the connections made. This day was not an ending, but a beginning, built on love, strength, and community. Simple acts like a child's bowed head, small fingers on carved stone, and a mother's tearful smile were strong legacies that would last. Perhaps the critical question is this: will the values shared in that garden, courage, compassion, and connection, shape the future monarchy as much as they shape the families who mourn today? So, what do you think happened between Princess Charlotte's solemn bow and the monarch's unseen reaction? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.